A container with 4 GB memory was OOM-killed every 72 hours, but the process only used 2 GB. The culprit? A single file descriptor limit that Ansible silently overwrote. Let's break down configuration drift and compliance, how it works, and the exact mistake behind that failure. Configuration drift is the silent killer of reliable infrastructure. It happens when servers deviate from their intended configuration due to manual tweaks, partial automation failures, or time-based changes like expiring certificates. Ansible helps you enforce compliance by comparing the current state against your playbooks and correcting any drift. Drift doesn't appear out of nowhere. It's caused by 3 enemies: manual intervention, time-based configs, and failed automation runs. Each breaks the idempotent promise that running the same playbook twice yields the same result. The fix is to write every task so it checks the current state before making changes. Ansible modules like file, copy, template, and line-and-file are idempotent by design. They check the current state before making changes. Never use shell or command to do something a module can do. That's where drift hides. Here's a playbook that ensures SSH config permissions and disables root login. The file module checks the current mode before changing, and line-and-file only modifies the line if it doesn't match. This is idempotent. Running it multiple times yields the same result. Before fixing drift, you need to find it. Ansible's check mode runs the playbook without making changes. Combine it with diff to see the exact lines that would be added, removed, or modified. This is your first line of defense against surprise changes. This playbook uses check mode. Yes, at the task level to always run in check mode, even if the playbook isn't invoked with check. It verifies the NTP config file and service state without making changes. Check mode tells you what would change, but it doesn't enforce anything. For real compliance, use the Assert module to validate the current state and fail if it doesn't match. This is useful for audit trails. Every run either passes or fails with a clear message. This compliance audit playbook checks that etc. hosts deny is empty, that only root has UID 0, and that NTPD is running. If any assertion fails, the playbook stops with a clear failure message. Detection is useless without remediation. A self-healing playbook runs on a schedule and fixes any drift it finds. The key is idempotence. The playbook should only change what's wrong and leave everything else alone. Design your playbooks in 2 phases. First, gather facts, then use modules that compare desired versus actual state. This self-healing playbook for web servers gathers the current Apache config, checks the max client setting, and fixes it if it doesn't match the desired value. It only restarts Apache when a change is made. Some drift is inevitable. SSL certificates expire, passwords rotate. The solution is to manage them as variables that change over time and trigger playbook runs when they change. Use the OpenSL certificate module to generate or fetch certs and OpenSL certificate info to check expiry dates. This playbook checks the SSL certificate expiry date and fails if it's less than 30 days away. If renewal is needed, it runs Acme, SH, and restarts Nginx. Use Ansible datetime, epoch for timestamp comparisons. This is the same issue we highlighted at the start. Here's exactly why that happened. A containerized payment service had its etc. security limits.conf manually edited to set nofile to 65,536. But the Ansible playbook set it to 1024. On restart, the container picked up the Ansible-managed file, reducing file descriptor limits. The app opened 5,000 plus connections, hit the limit, and the kernel OOM-killed it because of memory pressure from retries. The Ansible playbook reset nofile to 1024, but the application required 65,536. On container restart, the file descriptor limit was hit, causing OOM. The fix was to set nofile to 65,536 in the Ansible template and rerun the playbook. We also added a wait for task to ensure the service restarted cleanly, and a sysctl check to alert if fs file max was below 100,000. The container stabilized and the OOM stopped. Never assume a config file is static. If Ansible manages it, Ansible owns it. Any manual change is a ticking time bomb. In the incident, a manual edit set nofile to 65,536, but the playbook set it to 1024. On restart, the app hit the limit and was OOM-killed. Never use shell or command to set file permissions. The file module is idempotent and reports changes correctly. Shell always reports changed, breaking idempotence and hiding drift. Don't use the replace module with a regex that could match multiple lines. You'll corrupt the file. Always use lineinfile with a specific regex that matches exactly one line. When using check, handlers are not executed. This means you won't see service restarts in check mode, even if a task would normally trigger a handler. Always verify actual changes by running the playbook without check on a test host. To alert on drift detection, use the Community General Slack module to send a message when check reports changes. This example runs a check playbook and notifies a Slack channel if any changes are detected. The article emphasizes Idempotent Modules but doesn't cover package module. Using Ansible, built-in, package with state. Present ensures a package is installed without reinstalling if already present, avoiding drift from manual package additions. When debugging drift, first check if the broken config is managed by Ansible. Use Ansible-m-stat to check file details, Ansible-m-fetch to retrieve the file, and run checkdiff to see what would change. Add Assert tasks to validate specific settings. Let's run through some common interview questions. How does check work internally? It sets a flag module's read. Command shell always report changed. What is idempotence? Running a playbook multiple times yields the same result. Modules check state before changing. How to design a compliance pipeline for 1,000 servers. Use CI/CD to run compliance playbook every 15 min, assert modules, alert on failure. And a few frequently asked questions. What is configuration drift? Gradual divergence of server state from desired state due to manual changes, failed runs, or time-based configs. How to detect drift? Use Ansible playbook checkdiff to see what would change without applying. Can Ansible autocorrect drift? Yes, running a playbook in normal mode applies desired state. Schedule it every 30-60 minutes. Let's recap the key takeaways. Drift is actual state versus desired state. Detect with checkdiff. Correct by running playbooks on schedule. Set up notifications for drift detection. Ready to go deeper? Up next, Ansible for Kubernetes, then Introduction to GCP, then Getting Started with GCP, and Projects and Billing Setup. Find them all at TheCodeForge.io. Thanks for watching. The full article and code examples are covered in detail at TheCodeForge.io.